the title winner!
Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying!
Hat-trick hunting, trick getting.
Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!
So, what's happening, guys? Hope you're all well. Welcome back to True City Fan TV. Another match reaction. Not a good one, not a positive one, this one, but
I was just going to say, this is the positivity panel. What are you talking about?
We're all known for being incredibly positive, aren't we?
Yeah. Same positivity right here.
It's right. We're still in it. We're still in the title race. Believe.
Arsenal will draw their next 5 games.
May. But anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope you had a decent night. I didn't. I got a terrible headache when I got in, and I just went straight to bed. Can't lie. But
I
anyway,
went straight to bed after the game too, because I just can't be asked.
yeah. But anyway,
I was during my work shift, so I had to work for 8 hours.
I hope you're well. Right, Man City 2, Forest 2, in a must-win game. We couldn't get an easier fixture to play midweek against the 17th place Forest at home.
Well, I did say it. They're a shit team, but they have good players. I did say it, didn't I?
Yeah. In the title race, but somehow we couldn't win. We were leading the scoreline twice, and we bottled it twice. That's the title of the stream. We bottled it, and we got what we deserve, whether people are like it or not. The draw is what we deserve. It's based on the way we play from start to finish. It wasn't good enough.
But by the way, sorry to cut you off. I just want to talk about the penalty. I don't think that was a penalty. Like I see all the people on Twitter talking about, oh, why is this not a penalty?
I don't even care about the referee.
Yeah,
it's for us at home.
Yeah, but I agree, yeah. But that was not a penalty. Why are the people complaining about that? Haaland clearly dived.
We will talk about the ref. We will talk about.
So why didn't he get a yellow then for diving?
He should have.
It seems like it should have been one or the other.
Yeah, he should have gotten a yellow for the diving.
But anyway, Kels, let's start with you. What's your thoughts on the game and the team's performance as well?
I mean, it's just disappointing that we didn't win. I think we had all the tools to win. We created chances. It's just nobody on this team can put the ball in the back of the fucking net, except for the guy who showed up 4 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago, whatever. Why is Antoine Semenyo carrying our attack right now? Where's Erling Haaland at $500K a week? Super experienced player. What are you doing? What are you doing? You need to do better. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on with Phil Foden. Pep is asking him to play this Bernardo type role, and all we do is shit on Bernardo for doing nothing. That's what Foden was doing yesterday. He was doing nothing. He was running around. He was going to collect the ball at times. Like, why is he the one picking the ball up? I want him behind Haaland in the box because that's where Phil Foden 2 seasons ago had 19 Premier League goals playing in that position. Why are you pushing him further back where he's not going to affect the attack? Also, these substitutions were absolutely stupid. You need a goal in a game, and you're bringing on Jeremy Doku, who has 1 Premier League goal this season coming off of injury, and Sevilla, who has 1 Premier League goal in his entire Man City career, 18 months. Why are you bringing those 2 on when you need a goal? Where's Omar Marmoush? Where's Tijani Reinders, who scored goals? Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, these attackers have just been terrible. This conservative approach that Pep has been doing lately just isn't. Like, I think this game has been coming because I think we played this exact same game against Leeds United. We got away with it because they lack quality up front. We even kind of played this way at Anfield. We got away with it because they conceded a last minute penalty. Like, This is what our team is right now. This team full of attacking players, and Pep Guardiola can barely muster goals against relegation fighting teams. Like, I don't get it. And the whole system can't fall apart because Nico O'Reilly's not available. Like, look, this is a hindsight take. This is a very hindsight. It was very naive to play a small midfield against a physical one that Nottingham Forest have. It just was. You had another physical midfielder and you gave him 0 minutes. You could have played Nico G and Rodri together. That might have helped. Not saying it's the answer. I'm not even saying start Nico G. You could have brought him off the bench when it's late in the game and it looks like we're getting a little loose in the cracks. Like, plug the hole with a big physical midfielder who was part of a team that won 8 games in a row. Like, I don't know why this guy just isn't playing any minutes at all. Like, I'm not saying start him every game. I'm just saying when it's late in the game, you need some defensive stability in the middle, because some of your players are starting to gas out because they're too old to play 3 games every 3 days. You start using your squad. Like, I just don't get it. I'm getting really frustrated. I'm seeing the same shit all the time and it doesn't change. And Pat, you've been given a ton of players. You've been given a lot of players who cost a lot of money, and you're still doing the same old crap. And it's just, I just don't get it.
Interesting. Because when you say when you ask, right, why are we not using the squad, it kind of takes me back to last season. At this point of last season, where he had a group of players that he trusts, and all the rest doesn't matter anymore. And if you go back even to last season, from in January and beginning of Feb, he was playing Kusanov, but as soon as Diaz came back, Akanji came back, Kusanov was nowhere to be seen. You couldn't even make the bench. And this season, fast forward, right? The guys that carried us up into this title race, I and Nico G, have played 5 minutes in the last 6 games in the Premier League. And Kusanov, who won the Player of the Month in January, hasn't started a game since he won that award because Diaz came back. Not having a go at Diaz. However, what's working, you don't change. But he seems to go, well, I know it's working, but I need my guys in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense when you 2-1 up, yeah, and you can see your midfield is getting overrun by Sangare, Morgan Gibbs-White, and Ellie Anderson. You lack physicality.
The whole game.
Bernardo Silva, who was doing
Rodri.
Bernardo Silva, who does the all running in the game, he was out wide, right? What you could have done, right? Okay, I haven't got Nico Gonzalez, which you would not Nico O'Reilly, yeah, who's been the legs and the engine in the past few games, win the ball back, win the duels, right? But I have a midfielder that can do that on the bench, but we chose not to. Foden is staying on the pitch until the 72 minutes.
Yeah, because Foden and Bernardo don't win duels. They just don't.
And
playing them together is a mistake.
The funny thing is, when we was 1-1, when Forest equalized to make it 1-1, yeah, he was planning to bring out Doku Inaki. We scored from a corner straight away. He asked Doku Inaki to sit down. When they equalized, right, I need to bring on Doku and Kusanov. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Nunes, me right back, to play left back, a position he never played. And I'm going to take my most creative midfielder that was trying to make things happening. And that penalty shout was him putting the ball through to Haaland. Well, no. I'm going to take my most creative midfielder, who, by the way, scored the winning goal against Forest away in the last minute. Remember that? And I'm going to play a guy that doesn't know how to score a goal, who should have been sold in the summer to Spurs, right? But I trust this guy, and he played him instead of Marmoush. And I told you guys before that this is the same Pep that sat in there in the press conference during AFCON in December, yeah, that said, right, I haven't got Marmoush, I haven't got Eight Nore, I haven't got attackers. and you had Marmoush in the beginning throughout the whole season, but you chose to bring on for 5 minutes, and you were playing Savio more minutes than Marmoush. The only reason why you were crying about Marmoush is because you didn't have Savio available. Marmoush came back from the AFCON, he started playing. What happened when Savio came back from injury? You don't see Marmoush anymore. Why? Because in his mind, I need to bring on Savio first.
Oh, he did start the last game.
Doesn't matter though. We're chasing a
issue-
goal, and
You were chasing a goal.
Go ahead. You were gonna make my
We
point. Go
need
ahead.
the goal, right?
Yeah.
Bro, we need the goal. That means we need bodies in the box.
Yeah, and Savinho, for as good as he is, being
Don't
a
get me
winger,
wrong. I don't think
he
Savino
doesn't
when
score
Savino
goals,
came
and that's
on,
becoming an issue.
and when
It's been an
Savino
issue
came
the
on,
whole
I
time.
think he actually done okay compared to the rest of them.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
you-
what is okay?
The
though,
problem
he ran
is,
out of minutes.
he had one chance he had the whole goal. It's not like a goalkeeper was in goal. It was a defender in goal. That
Yeah,
ball,
but he's got no composure.
No. Forget about composure. You on a training ground every single day. You get paid thousands of pounds a week. That ball should have hit the back of the net. You can't shoot straight to a defender. It's mind blowing.
I mean, yeah. The thing is with Savio, he didn't play enough minutes to really rate him. So I'm not going to say did he play good. He did some stuff, but how much did he play?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yes,
How much
right
did he play?
here. We've been
Like,
crying
can
for
you really
this all season. Yesterday was the game to do it. He did, and Nico G got 0 minutes.
Do you know what pissed me off even more was the way we started that match. There was no urgency. It was slow. It was sideways. It was backwards passing. Not once in that game we tried to hit Nottingham Forest in transition. We had 3 or 4 opportunities to do that, but every time the ball gets to a Foden or Bernardo or even Cherky, they were playing the ball backwards. Well, that's coming from the touchline.
Yeah, that's why you can't. That's why everyone's
control the
ripping on
opposition.
Foden and say sell him. He's doing what
And
the
I'm
manager is telling him to do.
And I'm like, bro, one thing about last night's games as well, yeah, is the ball boys in the touchline, they had more urgency with the ball to put the ball in the pitch than our players to literally play the ball forward. It was embarrassing. Like, it was like, bro, it's Forest. And we literally, as soon as we scored the goal, yeah, we're trying to control the result. Oh, it's okay, it's 1-0. Let's not take any risks.
Look at what these players were saying when the game was done. They were not talking about, we should have scored another goal. They were talking about we need to stop conceding goals.
We're not that team, though.
Up.
We're really not that team.
You're 2-1 up. You need to go score another goal. You need to score another goal. These players are talking about we played good, but we need to focus and not concede. What? What are these players talking about?
We can't hold on a lead. Why are we trying to control position?
Exactly.
How much has this happened this season?
We need to know, right? Our midfield is not good enough, and neither was our defenders, right? But the best thing we can do going to games is outscore the opposition.
And we never try to do that.
If they score 3, we score 5. And brother, Nottingham Forest could have nicked it. Remember, they had a corner, which, by the way, Ruben Dias couldn't even go and win that ball against Nottingham Forest's attacker. He let them, right? And literally, he considered corner. They had a corner, and no one was marking that guy. And he just had it just an inch out wide. And if that went in, it's done. Do you know what I mean? It was embarrassing. Honestly, I'm sat in there and I'm watching, like, bro, it's 2-1, and players are really. It felt like they were just, let's just preserve the score line. Let's not do something mental. Let's just keep the ball, pass it. And one of the things that pissed me off even more is how reactionary our manager is, right? Because we only react when we are under the cushion, right? He can see the players are getting tired. Yeah, he will never make any subs. He would just wait. As soon as we concede, right? Okay, subs 2, 3. Come on. And I'm like,
Matthijs, I've talked about this before. When you used to have 3 substitutions in football, you could not waste them. You had 1 substitution to fix things. You had 1 substitution in case your 3rd substitution failed, and you had 1 substitution in case of an injury. Now with 5 substitutions, that's different. You can make 2 substitutions, something breaks, you can make another 2 substitutions to try to fix what you broke with your previous substitutions, and you've still got 1 left for injury. Pep Guardiola still thinks about substitutions like there's 3 of them and not 5 of them. So he still thinks about substitutions, yeah? Like, I can't waste them. I've got to wait, and use them at the right moment. That's how people used to use a substitute. But there's a 5 substitute rule that has been here for 4 years, and Pep has not adapted to it. Pep Guardiola, Klopp, Arteta, funnily enough, before the people cared about him. All these managers, Hansi Flick, Nagelsmann, they were complaining about, there's only 3 substitutions. So they got their 5 substitutions, and they've not adapted to having 5 substitutions. You've got 5 substitutes. Use 2 of them as soon as possible. You need to use 2 of those substitutions to try to change the game at halftime if it needs to be. If you know at halftime something isn't working, use those substitutes. We don't. I don't care if Pep gets the lineup wrong. I thought that lineup was fine when I saw it. I was like, okay, well worked. Then you see it's going wrong. Does Pep try to fix it? No, he does not.
Yeah,
he just sits there and sits there and sits there.
Yeah, the second half, it was very clear the momentum was shifting. And that's when you needed to solidify the middle of the pitch, and he didn't do it. And it cost us. We dropped 2 points. That was not a point gain yesterday. There was 2 points dropped. As bad as we are somehow in a title race. We're chasing a team that's awful, and we can't keep tripping. We can't stop tripping over ourselves. It's getting really frustrating. And I think that's why yesterday hit so bad. Because, it doesn't matter how bad they play. They still get 3 points every single time. And we've been doing that ourselves, and we blinked first. And I know it's not over, but it feels over because, we can beat them. I don't know if I'm pretty confident we're not going to, based on how we're playing right now.
No, we know. What they're going to do.
And we do have that game in hand, so that could make it different.
The problem
maybe someone will help us out. But so far, nobody's helping us out. So far, they're treating us like it's a Champions League final, and they are bending over and taking it from Arsenal. So that's also really frustrating. When teams play you very difficult, very tough, and then
the problem is we lost the pace at the back. That's why we're getting hit in transition. Every time Nottingham Forest had the ball, they knew what to do. They were direct, they had pace, and they put bodies in the box. And we didn't have any answer. Right? One ball over the top, and all of a sudden the whole defense just look a shambles. Why? Because there's no pace in there. There's no sort of awareness.
I don't remember that happening in the second half. When did it happen?
One moment. One moment, Ruben Diaz is a right back. Nunes is a winger. Then when the ball gets played, there's only Gehi by himself because Nunes is pushing wide. I'm like, what's going on in here? Bernardo, Foden, Cherky. I didn't know what position they were playing. It felt like all of them 3, they were playing in the same position. Right? Every time they go ball wide for the wingers to cross, instead of them 3 putting numbers in the box, just in case the cross comes in, what they've done is, they would walk away from the box, stand on the edge of the outside box to receive the ball, then they pass it. And I'm like, you've just gave the ball to your fullback to cross it. Why are you getting out? Why are you coming out the opposition box? You should stand in there. Because every time a ball was going for the wing backs in the Forest, they were putting bodies in the box. And we literally, it's like we are allergic to our box. Apart from Haaland and Semenyo, no one likes to attack.
Bro, Haaland wasn't in the box. Because I'm the Haaland defender, of course, but he was everywhere but where he needed to be. Now, during my watch long, I was saying, get fucking central. I repeated it 1,000 times. This man, Erling Haaland, he's at his most useful when he's pushing back to the centre backs and he's giving us some space in behind. Haaland, man was running around everywhere except for where he was supposed to be.
That's a really good point. Especially in a game like yesterday. This I'm going to read this out loud. Rodri needs a physical player next to him, and we play Foden and Bernardo. Bernardo doesn't even stay in the middle. He moves out wide. Yeah, this is absolute facts. There are certain matchups you have to play 2 physical players together. We had one available on the bench. We didn't play him. We didn't even play him. I didn't even say start him in the game. I said when it's getting out of control at 20 minutes or 30 minutes left, bring him on as a sub. What's so difficult about that? Bring him on as a sub. Sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. Like, this Premier League is becoming more physical and it is becoming more pacier. And
it's not becoming that much more physical, though.
I think
because it's more physical, but it's not that much more physical. Kevin De Bruyne was a physical monster. No. Kevin De Bruyne was physical. He was a boss in that midfield. Fernandinho, Rodri before his injury.
Physical. We don't have that anymore. Phil Foden is not physical. And Bernardo is no longer physical.
Yeah,
you play the two of them together, you're going to get out-muscled by Morgan Gibbs-White, who's a little pit bull, and you're going to get out-muscled by Elliot Anderson. And you're going to get out-muscled by Dominguez as well.
We're saying that the Premier League has become so much more physical. Gundogan does not get bullied by Gibbs-White. Prime Gundogan puts Prime Gundogan
Gundogan does. I'm talking about 2026. I'm not talking about 2024.
No. I'm just saying.
2025 Gundogan last season got bullied like crazy.
I'm just saying.
He was terrible. He couldn't keep
up
up with it.
I'm just saying. We have not. The Premier League hasn't gotten super much more physical. It's gotten a little bit more physical. We've lost a lot of physicality. Gundogan is more fit.
We had that player on the bench. We didn't play him. That's what I'm trying to say. If Phil Foden's not physical enough, take him off. If Bernardo's not physical enough, take him off. Put the physical guy on. Nico G can handle that kind of stuff. If Turkey's not being physical enough, take him off the pitch. If we're getting run through, take them off the pitch. And don't get run through anymore.
But it's Pep's thought process, and it's stupid. It's a stupid thought process that he has. But his idea is, when you play with Gonzalez is not going to play forwards the way Rodri does. Gonzalez is going to sit deep, he's going to distribute play, but he's not going to play forwards. So Gonzalez takes away a bit of creativity, but that's fine because you have now the option, because you'll sit so deep, to put 2 creative players in midfield, and they don't have to worry much about defending. So that is Pep's thought process.
See,
the problem
that's the difference, and I told that to Ken, a lot of people, yeah. That's the difference. That's why when he was playing Foden and Bernardo and Church in that midfield at the beginning at the first part of the season, it worked because of Nico Gonzalez. Nico Gonzalez is a more defensive-minded player than Rodri. He sits in between the 2 centre halves and he's just there to clean it and release the ball to the players in front of him. With Rodri, it's different. Rodri likes to be everywhere on the pitch, everywhere. He likes to go left. He likes to go right. He likes to be in the middle. He likes to drop deep to get the ball from the goalkeeper. It's different. So when he does that, he leaves a lot of gaps in midfield. That's why he attempt, right, okay, I need to put Nico Riley in there just to have that recovery pace in the midfield and get the ball. But with when he goes with Rodri and Bernardo and Foden, this does not work.
Yeah, but I was going to say, because
also, what's the approach to hold on to a lead? That's where you put in a defensive-minded player.
Yeah,
in the middle.
But Pep isn't thinking like that. I don't know what Pep is thinking. When you have O'Reilly can attack and defend. He can do it both. Gonzalez is very good defending. Going forward, he's a bit more limited. So Pep is thinking, okay, how do I play with Rodri? And how do I cover for Rodri going forwards and then coming back? How do I do that? And that is the wrong way to think about it. Because Pep is already thinking, I'm not going to bench Silva. So Silva is going to play. Now, how do I get Silva and Rodri and someone else in that midfield without losing my creativity? O'Reilly, he'll provide a bit for you. Not a lot, but he'll provide something for you going forwards. Gonzalez will not provide a lot going forwards. So Pep is thinking, so I'll have a midfield of Gonzalez, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva. Now I'm creating nothing. But that's where the fault lies.
Well, see, if you have Rodri and Nico G, Rodri can push forward and be creative.
If Nico Riley's not there, who was provided engine in midfield, going up and down, pressing, whatnot, Why is Nico O'Reilly's not available? Why does he not play Nunes in there?
Bro, he does a great Nunes.
Somebody brought that up in the chat. Nunes could have come in there, yeah.
Come on, what are we doing here?
Nunes is already on the pitch.
This
Why couldn't he have inverted in?
bro. This manager makes up his opinions on players and he never changes them.
Well, he did remember Nunes had that 2-game spell where he played a few minutes at the 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he made up his opinion that he can't do it and he shafted him to the right back.
Oh, jeez. It's like every player, if you have 5-minute cameo and you're not Rodri in that 5-minute cameo, you're just done. That's no way to run a team.
Basically.
Jeez, it's just frustrating, man.
Bro, I was like, I'm looking at it. I haven't seen Nico Gonzalez in a while.
He hasn't played a single minute. Now I'm starting to wonder if he'll play in the FA Cup because he should, because these players need rotation. We cannot. I'm sorry, we can't play. Rodri can't play 390s in a row. He just can't do it. Like he's coming off a major injury and he's still finding his fitness. He can't play 3 games in a row yet. Not a high quality.
Right.
But now because we just fucked up the Premier League, we're looking at, we're trying to win trophies. He might go for it in that game, but if we try to play the same way we did against Newcastle, we're not going to, they don't care. They're just going to be nasty in the middle. Tonali and Joe Linton, they're not going to give a fuck about, little technicality players who are losing their technical ability or don't have it to begin with. So I hope Gonzalez plays in that game because he played in the cup games, and Nico O'Reilly did as well. I don't know if Nico's going to be back though.
Well, I did think
we had Nico in some of those games, and we looked very good in the middle.
I am struggling to understand.
I think they suit that more when you play a physical team. They suit them better.
What was the purpose of bringing Kusanov when you need to go and take your left back and put a right back as a left back? Take your left back who can cross the ball in the box, who can deliver the ball in the box. But you take him off, you ask your right back, who's a right footer, play left back, and then you add another centre half, and that's the way he instructed Gonzalez to play like a right back. He's some sort of fucking, he's some sort of like Race James who's going to be putting lot crosses in there. It's mental. He's a centre back. You need a goal. Why are we bringing centre backs when we need a goal?
I don't know.
Because he needed to bench Silva, and he wasn't going to do that.
It feels like
he's going down with that ship. That's what Pep's doing.
In-game management substitutions has been.
I agree with this comment. I think Tijani scores that goal.
Right, the entire 18 months. It feels like we find a way to win. We find a way to win games. We find a way to get the best out of these players. We use that strategy for 3-4 games. But as soon as I've got me players back. I've got me Rodri. I've got me Diaz. I've got me Bernardo now. Right, guys, the transition be working, but now I'm gonna go control. Yeah.
This was the problem last season too. Remember, he found solutions with new players, and when the old reliables were back, he just went right back to wasn't working, and lo and behold, it didn't work.
Yeah, and that's not a dig at Diaz, right? But ever since Diaz came, Diaz has been playing well. But at the same time, right? At the same time, even Gueye last night was poor. Nunes was poor.
The entire defense was poor because there was no midfield ahead of them. There was no cover.
Yeah, and that was the problem last season too. That's why our defense got tattooed last season. There's no midfield.
Rodri had to handle the entire midfield, and he can't teleport. So because our midfield is not creating, so Rodri has to push up and create himself. So then he loses the ball. He can't teleport back. So there's no cover from midfield. So the back line is exposed. So now you can have an exposed back line. You've got a full back who's pushing up very high, like Nuri. And then you've got Diaz, who's not very fast, so he's not great on the counter. And you've basically created 3 different scenarios all at the same time, which you should never allow to exist at any moment. That is just pure Pep Guardiola. Is it tactics? I don't know what you call it, but it's ridiculous. It's just on Pep.
Right. I've got this. We got Rosemary. Yeah, I killed the panel. I respectfully, but I disagree with some of your opinion. I see a point gain and not 2 points dropped Can you explain how is that a point gain when you're playing
Also,
against 17th
Rose is very positive. Let's not jump
when
on
you
Paige.
play
Like,
when you play when you're in
let
a
her have her
title
opinion.
race,
It's fine.
yeah, it's 5-point gap.
I don't want to scare her
right?
off.
You're playing at home against the 17th place in the league, and now we went from 5 points gap to 7. How is that a point gain when the gap just increased? The gap didn't reduce to 4, by the way. It got bigger to 7. How is that a point gain?
I don't know. Big up, Rose. Though. Thanks for listening. And
What
I'm
are
sorry
we
we disagree.
doing here? What are we doing here?
You remember when we won 6 games in a row, 6 Premier League games in a row? You know what our midfield was for those games?
It was Nico Gonzalez and Phil Foden and I think Bernardo.
No,
Bernardo
was
playing on the wing then.
Yeah, you know who was playing in midfield?
Who?
Rangers.
Oh, Tijani. Okay.
So one of those games was with O'Reilly in midfield actually, and Rangers on the bench. But
yeah, because Rangers start against the Forest away.
Yeah, Forest away.
And we did win that game. It was very close. It was very close at the end.
Yeah,
Rangers also started against the 3-0 against Fulham and the 3-0 against, who was it? Sunderland. Started both those games.
We haven't seen Rangers in a while.
No, he's fallen out of favor. Yeah, he's not.
I think he's our second top scorer outside of our top scorer outside of Haaland. Or maybe he's second outside of Haaland.
I think it's Foden still, but it's getting. Let me look it up. I'm gonna look.
Yeah, Foden. It's Foden or the Rangers. It's one or the other.
Is it not Semenyo?
He's climbing the ranks. I'm gonna find it. Hang on.
So Rangers. I know Rangers has 5. Semenyo only just joined.
Okay, I've got the game. I've got it pulled up. It's all it's from ESPN.com. I'm not going to share my screen because for some odd reason the ads overwrite the mute on this, and I don't want to get us copyrighted. But it's all comps, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just it's Premier League. In the Premier League, Erling Haaland has 22, Phil Foden has 7, Tijani Rangers has 5, Nico O'Reilly has 4.
I think Semenyo has 4.
Yeah, Semenyo must not be on here because I don't see him.
Semenyo's
not on this list. Wait.
That's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah. Outside of our striker, we are in March right now, and none of the players in our squad, none of the attackers in our squad got a double
they don't
digit.
have Semenyo on here for some odd reason. So
but that is not a problem. That is not a problem if you have 5 players who pick up the goals and they play. But Rangers is one of those players who picks up the goals. He doesn't play. Foden picks up goals, but he doesn't fare well when he has to contribute to defending. He needs to be high, and he needs to trust that behind him, everything will be fine. With Rodri coming back from an ACL, no help for Rodri, that's not happening. Now, if you have Rodri, O'Reilly, and Foden, I think maybe that can work, actually, because O'Reilly can cover and Foden can push up higher, but then you need to bench Silva. So
that's a conversational non-starter because
there's more chance of me and you and Kel winning the lottery tomorrow than him benching his captain. Ain't happening. Yeah, same way as I'm telling you. Yeah, same way as
we could have a better chance of winning the league and it won't happen.
When people were praising Kusanov and Gehi, say, "Oh, this partnership, Ruben Dias needs to work it." Even Vardy needs to play left back because we can't disrupt the whole partnership between Gehi and Kusanov. I said it. Watch as soon as Ruben Dias comes back, he will play Dias. Yeah, it happened again. Right? What did happen last season in the FA Cup final? Yeah, we had a back 4 of Nunes. It was Dias, Vardy, and O'Reilly.
Wasn't Guardiola?
No.
He benched Mateus Nunes for a Kanji.
No. Wait there. Was Nunes? We throughout the second half of the season, our back line was set. Vardy and Dias, Nunes and O'Reilly. Right? Against Southampton, right? He brought in Vardy. We brought in Akanji at half time, right? And I said it. He's bringing on Akanji to start in the FA Cup so he can get match fit. What he done in the FA Cup, he disrupted the whole back line. No. Vardy go left back. I want Akanji now.
No, Vardiel didn't play left back in the FA Cup final.
He did. O'Reilly was
didn't.
benched.
No, O'Reilly played. Nunes was benched.
Right,
It was Diaz, Vardiel, Nico O'Reilly. Nico O'Reilly kept his spot because he pretty much got us into that.
Right, was Nunes. Nunes was benched, yeah.
Nunes got benched, yeah. Nunes got benched for Akanji to play right back.
Right,
and our
Akanji
attack
was
went to
right
shit
back.
because Nunes was creating all those chances from like playing as a right back /
Right.
right wing
The
back.
only reason he's done it
For
is
fucking
because
Akanji, who did
as
fuck
soon
all.
as he's get his favorite toys, right, he will play them.
And why would
He
I
will play
don't
them.
get why Akanji was even one of his favorites. Akanji was dog shit last
No,
season,
Akanji
and
was
I
his
even think the
favorite.
season before he was too. He had the purple patch in the treble season, and I don't think he was good
Yeah.
after that at all.
Forget it. Akanji was his favorite. You could see the way he was speaking about him on the press conference. Manu.
I didn't think he was good.
No, whether you think it was good or not is irrelevant, but he's his favorite.
I don't think a lot of his favorites are good anymore.
And I'm like, brother, and I said it, yeah. As soon as Diaz comes back, he will disrupt what's working because he doesn't care, right? As long as he's got his players, the one he wants in there, yeah. As long as he came out on the press conference and say, "Oh, I'm very pleased with the performance." It was pathetic. It was poor. How are you pleased? It was awful. It was slow. Like we didn't even. The only time we played with any sort of urgency is from minute 80 to full time. Why? Because we needed a goal.
Yeah, but also I'm going to say this about Diaz. I don't think Diaz is performing poorly, but the effect, I think he's again against Leeds United. I thought he was very good. I don't even think he was poor yesterday. I just think that there are certain matchups where I wouldn't play him.
I mean, I don't think, to be honest.
I think him performing well. Sometimes that's masking the fact that it is kind of affecting the team. A player can come in and perform well, but also still mess up the chemistry.
I don't think he's been too bad, but does Diaz and Gahey?
Yeah, that's what I'm going. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Do you think Gahey and Gahey is a good partnership? Because they both similar type.
I think it's a fine partnership. I think the problem is I had in midfield. I think you do whatever you want with those centre backs. You have Guehi, Husnov, that's fine. You have Diaz, Guehi, you have Diaz, Husnov. Do what you like with those centre backs. I think that's still fine because you've got 3 very good centre backs there, and they just click. All of them have just clicked from the moment they start playing together. So I don't think that's the problem there. The problem is, first of all, how are you going to play with the fullbacks? Not that fullbacks are poor, they're good, but how is Pep going to use them? Because one game, our fullbacks are de facto wingers. The next game, they're inverted midfielders. The next game, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. In midfield, I mean, I'm repeating myself, but we had Rodri, O'Reilly. Okay, Rodri goes up, O'Reilly can stay back. Rodri comes down, O'Reilly can go up. Perfect. Before that, we had Gonzalez. Gonzalez stays deep. He holds that midfield. So you've always got someone who holds that midfield. But now Rodri is there without O'Reilly. Okay, so now who holds the midfield? Silva? No. Foden? No. So, okay, you got to put someone else in there. But that's what Pep doesn't do. That's where it breaks down. We don't have a holding midfielder. Rodri is a holding midfielder.
We do. He's just on the bench.
We do.
Perpetually on the bench.
We don't have
one.
a holding midfielder on the pitch. We don't have a holding midfielder on the pitch.
Well, the only reason we don't have it on the pitch is because the manager's decision.
Yes, that's the point I'm making. The manager, these solutions exist. The manager doesn't make them.
No one can sit there and say, right, okay, Foden's not being given a chance. He has. He's not taking it.
I think he's being asked to do a role that doesn't suit him.
No, I don't care.
He's doing what Pep is telling him to do.
No.
So he's being wasted, is what I'm saying.
You've been saying that yesterday. Oh, he's playing deep. No, he's not. He's not. Let's just say as it is. He's playing in the exact position that he likes
back
to
in
play.
a lot. I kept saying it during the watch along. I'm wow, Foden's he's far back. He's next to Rodri. Like, why?
No.
He should literally be camped out at the edge of the box.
He's been doing that all season, and you were praising him. at the start of the seaon. Oh, look how well he's coming Dick to collect the ball. But when he was scoring, now he's dropping stinkers, doing the same thing. You're trying to say, oh, he's playing a different role. He's not. He's playing the same role.
But-
Phil
but-
Foden,
when he won
literally,
season,
right?
how
He's
often did you see him next to
picked the
Rodri
ball,
collecting the ball from
outplayed
the center back? Like,
twice.
seriously, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Like I said, that's a role somebody else does, who we constantly give shit to for doing nothing. So now we're giving shit Phil for doing, or we're giving shit to Phil Foden for doing nothing because he's being asked to do things that are basically
what
nothing.
role are you talking about? Honestly, what's the role?
Well, Phil Foden is run the most in the Premier League, according to some
No.
statistics. I don't know.
He's
I
not
don't want
running.
Phil Foden to be a runner.
What role is? What do you mean?
He's
runner?
being an 8 who doesn't like. It looks like to me that Phil Foden is being asked to progress the ball through the midfield because our DM's not doing it.
What do you mean our DM is not doing it? Roger's doing it.
Well, Nico Gonzalez wasn't, but
Yeah, but
yesterday,
Nico
yesterday I
Gonzalez-
kept
Why
seeing
you talking
Foden-
about Nico Gonzalez when Nico Gonzalez hasn't even touched the pitch?
Well, no, yesterday there were moments. There were
to be
definitely
fair to
moments
Cal-
where Foden had to go get the ball and progress it through the midfield, and I don't want him doing that. That
No,
shouldn't
to be
his
fair
job.
to Cal, I think I get to the point. So when we had Nico Gonzalez, I know he didn't play, but I think the point is when we had Gonzalez was just going to hold the midfield. He was going to stay back. He's going to stay deep, and Foden is going to sit next to Gonzalez, deep lying 8, and he can distribute, and Gonzalez can be the 6. That only works when you have a 6 who stays deep. When you have Rodri and someone puts in he's a holding midfielder, yeah, he's a holding midfielder when he stays deep, but he doesn't stay deep. He goes up. Now you have a holding midfielder, so to say, and Rodri, and he pushes up. Foden can't be a deep lying 8.
Yeah, there are
the
moments
six-
in the game where Foden is further back than Roger yesterday.
I'm not done talking.
Right. I'm gonna call Kel's bullshit
I'm not
right
done
now,
talking
yeah?
yet either.
Because she's chatting a lot of crap, and I'm gonna call her bullshit.
No, Matthijs, wait. I'm not done talking.
Right,
Because
go on,
if you
go
have
on.
Foden,
Let
if you have Foden, yeah,
let
in
Alfie
this
talk.
role, if you have Foden in this role, I think he's a system player. I'm gonna be honest. I think Foden can be good when you have him in a specific system. You have players who are good regardless of the context, right? Foden is not one of them. Foden is a system player. So you have to create a system where Foden works, and then you have a brilliant version of Foden. But because we keep shifting system, the 1 month this system, 1 month that system, you can't get the best out of Foden. So you just bench Foden because it's too late to have any reasonable system that is going to work with Foden. If you want to say next season, sure, this system can work with Foden.
I see a
Yeah,
little
sure
one
it
in the back.
can. But how long are we going to keep that system? A week? A month? 2 months? And then it's something different. And now Foden's role is useless. Foden can do the same role, but the system around Foden can be different. And Foden doesn't do his role anymore because he is so system dependent. He, as a player, is dependent on systems.
Right. I'm gonna call you Kel's bullshit out first, right? And you guys are just waffling, right? Phil Foden's position has not changed this season, right? At the start of the season, when he was playing well, you guys sat in streams and said, "Oh my god, I'm loving this Phil Foden new position now. He's got some sort of box to box. Hey, he drops the ball, also helps in the attack. He's been doing the same thing. The problem is just being poor." Right?
I think he's
we
dropping
can't
too
keep
deep now.
changing the goalposts now because now he's not performing. Listen, I want him to do well, but at the same time, if you're not doing the job, you can do one. Because it's been 2 seasons now where we keep just going making excuses after excuses. Oh, his position changed. Oh, he doesn't have Nico Gonzalez. Brother, Nico Riley's been playing with a lot of different players. You see his performance dropping.
No,
Now
because
he's a better
O'Reilly is a more headstrong player. Foden is a pussy. That's the difference. Foden is a pussy. Whenever something changes, he starts getting scared. I'm not sure.
I think there's I agree. I think there's a mentality issue.
Because at the end of the day, we all been criticizing Haaland, and rightly so. He's been poor. However, no one's sitting there and say, "Oh, but Haaland has been playing with different players every game around him, so he doesn't know what to do, when to make the run, when doesn't." No one says that. No one says, oh, Haaland, at the start of the season when he was scoring goals, he was playing with Doku and Cherky, but now he changed to Semenyo. One day Semenyo Marmoush, the next day Semenyo Cherky, the next day Bernardo's on the wing. So no one is making these sort of excuses for Haaland, but we're just saying Haaland's been poor. But when it comes to certain players, you come. Oh, his position. Oh, Nico Gonzalez not there. Oh, remember? No.
But I'm not making an excuse though for him.
Right? It's the business end of the season. Every single player that plays for this club needs to get their head at it.
I'm starting to question if Phil's head's in it anymore. I know he's Mr. Academy kid and stuff, but this is.
But I wasn't making an excuse for Foden.
I don't like it. I
was explaining why I think Foden is playing worse. It's not an excuse. I'm just going. He should not be starting for the rest of the season. He's that poor. When I call him assistant player, that is not praise. I'm not praising Foden or excusing him. I am saying this guy is limited. Guy is limited.
The manager doesn't trust the players on the bench. Who bought the players on the bench?
That's very clear now. I don't think he trusts Rangers. He doesn't trust Nico G. I don't think he trusts Marmoush anymore. I think he's lost his faith. I think he's lost his trust in Phil Foden
No. I'm not having that. Club World Cup, he sat there in every single press conference and he was praising Tijani. Oh, he can play as a holding midfielder. We needed a player like Tijani Reinders. You can see how the dynamic he brings into the team, yada, yada, yada. 6 months forward, you're telling me he doesn't trust him anymore.
Well, you know what? Actions speak louder than words. Pep is not playing Tijani right now. I mean, he came off the bench the last game, but overall, Pep is benching Tijani quite a bit. So for me, that's an indication of what he thinks of him. Well, all right, I don't know what this comment is supposed to mean. Why? Is it because I'm not from Manchester? Like, Neil, I appreciate you being in the chat, but if you're going to sit here and rip on us, then maybe this is not the stream for you. But thank you for tuning in.
Right. Does it trust Doku? Is it yes or no question?
I'd say yes, but I don't know.
That's one. Does it trust Ake?
Yeah, clearly, because he puts him on.
Does it trust that Savio?
For
does it
reasons.
trust Foden?
No.
I don't know at this point.
I
don't know.
I think now the answer is no.
We're saying yes because he plays him, right?
Yeah, sure.
He plays him more than Marmoush and Reinders. Marmoush and Reinders he doesn't trust Kusanov. He trusts Trafford.
I think he's starting to trust Kusanov because remember yesterday Kusanov came on before Ake did.
Well, that was a weird substitution.
I know exactly, but he did bring Kusanov on first.
What for?
So that is actually pretty big.
But
my counterpoint to that would be he brought Kusanov on because he wanted a fast centre back, and that is only fast centre back.
Also, notice where he played yesterday. Kusanov, he played it right back. He didn't play as a centre back.
Yeah, I know, but he went to a back three because he wanted to push him up.
Increased trust. You know, the test.
But that is not trust. That is your only option to play the system you want to play. That is not trust.
He wants taking off the reason why he brought in Kusanov, he wanted to take Eight Nuri. He wants to take Eight Nuri off the football pitch. That's why he first hesitated. He wants to bring Ake first, and he hesitated. Right, okay. Nunes is going to go left back. I'll bring Kusanov in there because they were hitting us in transition in the second half and when it was 2-2. But he didn't want to bring Kusanov in. He wants to bring on Ake.
Not sure about that, to be honest.
And I'm like,
well, maybe it's because he's a left back. But
why we need defenders when we're chasing up a goal? We need a goal. Bring on goal scorers. Bring on Reinders, who is a box crasher. Bring on Marmoush to
and keep Turkey on to actually create chances because I'm sorry that midfield Foden and Bernardo don't create chances. I think Prophet's coming on. Prophet is, I don't know which one this is. Prophet, are you there?
Oh,
I am here loud and clear. You guys hearing me?
Yeah, it's a little echo, but it's not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Check 1, 2, 3. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes,
I can hear you.
Okay.
Give us your thoughts about yesterday and just the general everything. Go ahead.
Listen, why are we acting all surprised? We have been saying this from the kick of the ball this season. The second halves are not good enough. Fine. What is our manager going to do about it? And the answer is he doesn't have a clue. From last season until now, we have been seeing this. Over $500 million spent, we're still seeing it. All we have been getting now, additionally, are excuses. Oh, Haaland didn't get the penalty. We're not going to get anything from PGMOL. It has always been that way. No, excuses are piling up.
Uh-oh, we lost you there for a sec. You glitched out.
I think the curse is carried over from my channel.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday. Yeah, Alfie and I had issues with the internet on Tuesday.
And my microphone. Which,
And
by
your
the way, it hasn't
microphone,
happened
yeah.
again. It
First
hasn't
my
happened
internet
again.
crashed, then Alfie's mic crashed. We somehow
Twice.
managed to get a stream going.
Bro, it's like, do you know what I just
Oh,
remembered?
God, we have an
yeah?
Everton fan talking shit. What's going on here?
Do you know what I just remembered? Yeah. Remember when we played was it Chelsea? Remember when we drew 1-1 against Chelsea? Right?
This is the carbon copy of that game. We
No,
had
no,
a
wait
bunch of
there,
chances
wait
that
there,
we missed
wait
and
there.
we gagged it at
Against
the end.
Chelsea, yeah. Tijani Reinders was our best player. And he took him off.
Again.
I'm like,
I think this is the point Prophet was trying to make before he lost his connection.
He scored the goal, yeah. He scored the
Yeah,
goal,
right.
and he was the player that was literally making the runs. Every time we had the ball, he was making the runs. Give me the put the ball through, put the ball through. He was making runs, yeah. As soon as Chelsea equalised, he took the January Reinders off to bring on Doku. Or was it Savio? What one of them players? And Savio wasn't there. I think it was Doku. But I'm like, why you keep taking your best players off? He done that against Brighton. Remember when we played Brighton away when we lost 2-1? Marmoush was our best player in that pitch. As soon as we equalised, Marmoush off, Doku on. Why are you taking your best players?
And this has been a pattern too. Remember, as we were talking about earlier, every time he finds a system that works with players who are not like his guys, he just takes them all out of the team to accommodate the players he prefers to play, and it all falls apart. It just keeps happening. It's like we know some of them aren't good enough anymore, but they're going to play no matter what. And I think that's why you're seeing so many inconsistencies. Like, I think the league is changing. I think this team is changing. And we're still trying to live in the past. And it's just not working. And that's why we're seeing how disjointed it's been for the past 18 months. And okay, we caught some life this season because Arsenal have been terrible.
Arsenal,
and I think that gaslit us into thinking we were actually in this title race. But the truth is we are still very inconsistent. One week we can go to Anfield and win, and then the next week 2 weeks later we're gagging it at home to Nottingham Forest, who aren't that good of a team. It's just the only thing that's been consistent in the past 18 months is how inconsistent we've been.
We are our worst enemy. Literally, yeah. We are our worst enemy.
I think that makes it more frustrating as well. It's not that we're just shit. It's that we can be good, but we just shoot ourselves in the foot. I think that makes it
we can be good, and we keep changing it back to what doesn't work. Like, that's what frustrates me is he finds something that works, and then the second something happens or somebody comes back into to be available, if they don't work in that system, he just fucks it off. He fucks off what's working, and it hurts the team. Like, this is a new team.
Deja vu. Where have we seen this before?
Go ahead.
He always does that. It's no surprise. We're looking good in December. Arsenal gave us life again. We cut it down to 2 points. Looking good. We're looking to push on. January, Rodri is back. We start to go backwards, sideways, slow, boring. We gave up the advantage. The what you call it?
Did we lose him again?
I think we did.
No. O'Reilly has taken Foden's role. Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah, and he does it better.
He is doing it better.
No offense. Yeah, he does it better than Foden too.
I think Nico O'Reilly has been one of the bright spots this season. So
yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of bright spots
in the Player FC era. I say go if it works.
We've had a bright
listen,
spots,
we're not forgetting that we're on the cup final and we're second place, but we could have been so much better, man. So much better position. Brighton at home, that is easy win. Chelsea without a manager at home, easy win.
And you know the difference between us and Arsenal is
Forest. Brother, we went to Anfield and we got a win. We're coming back at home against Forest. We're sitting 17th and we can't win. What are we doing here?
And you know what's frustrating is when Arsenal get those kind of chances, like when they get to play teams who have something wrong with them, they always win. And we don't. We find ways to fuck it up every single time. And it's getting really frustrating because, again, I don't think they're this like super team. They're just doing the little things correctly. Like I think they're one of the worst teams. I don't even watch them anymore because they're so unenjoyable. Like their style of play just makes me want to gouge my eyes out and quit watching the sport forever. I hate it.
Do you know what
I said? They keep finding ways to win. They play like shit and they find ways to win. And we,
you know what I said?
We can't do that consistently. And that's the difference between us and them.
I said it when I was watching, I was like playing Leeds. Yeah. I was watching it and the first 20 minutes and of the first half an hour of the game, I sat there and I was like, this team is not prepared to be in a title race. Mentally, I'm like, why are you playing like that?
Forget mentally. You need your best players on the pitch to win a title. When you need a goal, you need your goal scorers on the pitch.
Bro,
the players don't even get the chance to do that.
You don't even need to play beautiful football. It needs to be a professional performance. I remember when we played the Foden in the row, we went to Crystal Palace away, and he lined up with Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, Bernardo wide, and Haaland, We won the game. It wasn't pretty, but it was professional from start to finish. Them players on the pitch, right? They knew exactly when to attack, when to keep the ball, and literally when to kill the momentum of the opposition. When the Crystal Palace will start having more of the ball was going to Jack Grealish, and Jack Grealish was just winning foul, kill the whole momentum, and then we kept control of the game. We've got this team, and I don't even know what football we're playing.
Who on this team's gonna win fouls like Jack Grealish? Who's gonna go be a shithouse like?
No, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is you slow the game down. Jack Grealish slows the game down by getting a bunch of fouls, or you can slow the game down by dribbling to the corner flag and holding the ball there.
I think we're trying to do that. It's just these players aren't able to.
Remember when we played against Arsenal? No, Cal. Remember when we played against Arsenal?
You literally said earlier that we went up 2-1 and we tried to sit back and hold it.
Remember when we were playing against Arsenal, we were winning 1-0 at Telegraph, and instead of bringing the ball to the corner flag, we tried to attack at the
that was
very
Tijani
last
Rangers
minute.
Fucking that one up. Yeah, Tijani fucked up in that situation, but we've never seen him in that situation since, so we don't know if he's learned from that or not.
It doesn't matter. We don't play these games out professionally. A professional performance would have been Tijani run to that corner flag, Erling Haaland come down here, and we're going to waste time until game's done. Look at Arsenal against Brighton. That is a professional performance. They were shit, but that was professional. And people are like, oh, the referee should punish it. Well, yes, they should, but they don't. So take advantage. You need to take advantage of these things. When referees don't do their job, take advantage. Because people complain about referees all the time. You need to manipulate referees. That is a part of the sport. That is being professional. We don't do that. So we don't manipulate referees. We don't waste time properly. We don't see. We try to see out a game when we're 1-0 up in the 30th minute or whatever.
Okay,
whenever
can I
the manual
counter
scored.
that?
Isn't
that what all these experienced players are supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Why aren't they?
Because we have no goal scorers on the pitch.
No, but the experienced players, aren't they supposed to be slowing the game down? Aren't they supposed to be shithousing? Aren't they supposed to be time wasting? Aren't they supposed to be putting the ball in the corner?
Yes, they are supposed to be doing that. And because we're 2-2 at the 80th minute. Seeing the game
I'm
out.
being told we can't win without any experience, and that someone even in the chat even commented saying that I can't find the. Let me see if I can find the comment.
No, experience matters, but you can't sacrifice the structure of the team for experience. Experience matters. Experience helps you see out a game. But let's be honest, you don't need professional performances if you're 3-0 up against Forest. At that point, you just need to pass until the game's done. But,
I think we're trying to pass, but we don't have passers anymore.
We do have
has fallen off the
on
cliff.
bench.
I mean, we're having Foden doing sideways passes, but we're having players pass and they're getting picked off because their passing is not accurate anymore.
Yeah,
they're not good enough to begin with, or it's fallen off from its peak, and we're getting picked off, getting run through.
By the way, you want to talk about drawing fouls? Doku draws fouls all the time. He doesn't do it as much as Grealish, but Doku draws a lot of fouls. Doku will dribble and slow down the game. Cherki will dribble and slow down the game. Dribbling slows down the game.
Cherki got subbed off yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
Doku subbed on. Was he? Doku is becoming a concern for me. He's getting injured too many times. He's had too many injuries, and all these things you're saying he brings to our team that we apparently can't live without. We have to live without because he keeps getting injured. No, okay, I meant in a general sense. You didn't say that exactly, but like he keeps getting injured.
Yeah, but he wasn't injured last game. And he came on when it was 2-2, which was, I mean, Matthäus said this earlier. He came on too late. Yeah, you need to be proactive, not reactive. And this manager is reactive. He sent the substitutes back to the bench when we went 2-1 up. Should have just brought them on. Killed the game. A part of a professional performance is killing the game if you're not good enough to see it out. You need to know what you're good at. Are you good at seeing out a game? Are you good at killing games? Well, what are you good at? Are you good at scoring, or are you good at defending? That is a professional performance, and the manager is a part of that.
The problem is,
I'm asking you why the experienced players aren't doing that. Why are they seeing that the new players are not doing it and taking it over and doing it for them? Because I'm not seeing it.
The problem is, not once in that game we went out there and tried to kill Forest. Not once. We scored.
Is that on the players or is that on the manager?
We scored the first goal, then we just choked deep. Right, let's just ball. I'm gonna bowl everyone to death, include the fans in the stadium. Let's just 1,000 passes and try to make something happen. But let's just keep control, keep calm, relaxed. Then Forest equalised. Okay, right. We need to Doku, where are you? Ake, you sat panicking. Corner. We scored.
Look at this comment.
Right, we scored. Rodri scored. Right, okay. Doku, you stay there on the bench. Right, if you even did, if you have done right, okay, we scored the 2-1. Right, I'm still gonna bring on Doku regardless, right? Because
Denzel Matthäus.
Right, I'm gonna still bring on Doku 2-1 regardless because I need to go and kill this opposition. We could have sat there, right? Okay. At least he tried to go for it. But now, as soon as we scored the 2-1, Doku, sit down. Ake, sit down. Let's just control again. Pass. Sideways. Phil Foden had the opportunity, right, to Haaland was making runs and whatnot. And then Phil Foden just played the ball back. And I'm like, sorry, that's not down on Foden. That's coming instruction from the manager. He's telling them to play the ball back.
Yeah, and you notice when we start playing the ball back, that's a lot of times we get picked off because the passing has dropped in quality. Either the new players are not good enough at the passing or the older players are losing their touch.
Why are we so scared of Forest?
I think we are trying to see these games out, and I think we're learning that this team doesn't have that ability. So therefore, we should be just
But why are we trying to see a game out at 1-0 in the 30 to 40 minutes against 17th place?
Well, we tried to create chances in the first half, and the problem was nobody
Did
put
we?
them in the back of the net.
We tried to create chances until it was 1-0.
Haaland missed 2 chances. Rodri had a tap in. He should have had.
What chance did Haaland miss?
Semenyo missed a couple. So did I. Even though
wait. What chance did Haaland miss? The one that the ball played out wide.
Oh, here we
go. Angle to score from there.
Big up, Luke.
Yeah, Haaland, by the way, Haaland needs to be sensible. I'm assuming this is a Pep instruction because Haaland kept being on the wings. this man needs to be central.
Yeah.
But like, he's not going to get chances. Like you can talk about players creating chances. You're not going to get a chance if you're not in the box. Why is Haaland not in the box?
That's also just a bad match. Haaland, I think it never has done very well against Forest. I think he scored a goal at Forest Ground or City Ground a couple of seasons ago, but like he really struggles with Milenkovic and Murillo.
It's not that he struggles with players. It's that some matchups are just. It's just fucking coincidence. It's not that he struggles particularly with these players.
I think he did. I think he and Milenkovic were going at it all game. Like they were yipping at each other.
Yeah, but did we create anything for him?
That's me saying Haaland needs to
on
get
the pitch?
better. That's me criticizing Haaland, saying he should be better. Like he's 25. He's about to enter his prime. He's the highest paid player in the league. This is not his first time facing those two. He also struggles.
You're saying he's struggling against this guy. He didn't get chances, first of all, but second of all, he was all over the place.
He had a couple of
shouldn't
chances.
be. He should have been
Foden set him up to a T, and he went 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he's trying to go around the keeper instead of just shooting the ball. That's starting to really annoy me. I don't know. He's the best striker in the world. Stop fucking going around the keeper. Just shoot the goddamn ball. He had another chance. It was off of I think it was off of a corner, but the ball literally came right. It was literally a tap in, and he missed it. It was literally like 2 inches.
But you need to get to that ball. Most strikers don't. Most strikers don't get to that ball though, and neither did Haaland. Yeah, you're talking about chances here. These are it's like 0.1 xG. I know you guys don't care about xG. These are not chances, man. This guy, he played shit, by the way. Haaland played shit for the record. But when you're talking about he needs to do better against the centre back. He didn't have a chance against the centre back. He didn't have a chance to run in behind. He had one good ball in behind.
He had one chance to run in
behind,
didn't he? And he
decided. Sorry, from not Ait Nouri.
It was from Foden.
No.
There was one from Foden that he in the first half that he should have just shot the ball and he tried to run in behind.
Yeah, he should have. He tried to go down to goalkeeper. That shit.
Yeah, exactly. Why does he keep doing that?
But that's one moment in a game. You're telling me this man, best striker in the world, you can give him one moment in a full 90 against 17th in the.
Well, I mean, that was again. If we're not creating enough chances, then when you get your chance, I think he has to do better. That's just he's Erling Haaland.
Yeah, he needs to do better with his chances.
I have higher expectations for him.
Counselor, you can say he needs to do better with his chances. Aguero had a terrible conversion rate at times, but he will just get chance after chance after chance. Then he'd scored one, and then he'd score his next 5 chances. Sometimes when your striker is not scoring, you just give him chances, and once they get one, they keep going.
Yeah,
but where are the chances here?
Well,
we're finding too many excuses. The problem is we have a manager. His tactics are not to the liking of the players that we have. And until he goes back to what we were doing up to December, we're going to have this praying, hoping and wishing that we scrape through and get 3 points because there are no performances coming from this team. We're complaining about Haaland. So Haaland has to wait for 200 to 300 passes to be made for him to get the ball. We have been watching Haaland for how many years? What are his strengths? Who is crossing the ball to Haaland? Who is putting in the ball early to Haaland? We know what Doku's strengths are. Where's the fullback? Lamine Yamal can twist players inside and out, but guess what? I still see Jules Koundé, or if he's injured, rubbish Eric Garcia providing an overlap or underlap to free up space, or a midfielder going over to that side.
Have you ever attempted to play a ball over the top for Haaland? Because it looks like the opposition.
Do you think Diaz and Gahey are going to do that? No.
Well, we never do that. On our
because Pep doesn't like it. I'm telling you, Pep, up to when we were winning in December, how we were winning, Pep doesn't like it. I keep telling you guys that, and as soon as he has the opportunity to,
when we won, we don't have when we beat Man United at home.
We also did it against Bournemouth at home. Remember Turkey did it. Once was even in our own half. He deked it.
Yeah, sure. He had the ball.
Yeah, but I'm saying to you,
the last time I remember a ball over the top was that Bournemouth.
It was against Bournemouth at home.
Yeah,
but he doesn't like it. But he doesn't like it. Pep doesn't want to play that way. Pep, that is what Haaland wants. That is what Doku can do. In the game where Doku came in central and played one of those De Bruyne kind of passes, putting Haaland one-on-one. Pep wants a certain amount of passes to be made to connect the play before we move forward. And those times are finished. We do not have the players that suit that style, and the manager is trying to bend the players to the tactics instead of bending the tactics to the players. So we're going to end up having this argument all the way down to May, which it's looking like if things don't go our way in March, we're going to end up trophyless because we have the Carabao Cup finals, we have Real Madrid coming up, and we have Newcastle on the weekend. So things can fall apart real quickly. We keep saying this. Doku came on yesterday. He took off Ryan Aït-Nouri. Who is going to support Doku? Because we know that if Doku is all by himself, 1v2, 1v3, you're not going to get anything much. That is just common sense. We have seen what works with Doku. We see what doesn't work.
You asked Nunes to be the left back.
Was Nouri injured? Is Nouri injured?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a rotation thing, but
It is madness.
It's not rotation, though. Rotation means you play the players who haven't played in a while, and you rest the players who played a
we
lot.
only have 2 players in that position right now. One of them was injured, Nico O'Reilly. We've literally, who have we played at left back this season? It's been...
Yeah, but Aït-Nouri has not played that much this season. Aït-Nouri's been playing
a lot of games
recently.
consecutively. Maybe he just wanted... unless he was injured, I don't know why
That's been his only run all season. That's been his only run all season.
I know, exactly. I don't know why he took him off because he didn't look injured.
I am baffled. Doku's coming on.
You can just slot in there because Joshko Vardiel's could play left back. He's injured, and then Nico O'Reilly has been our other left back this season. He's injured, so I don't.
See, I like this comment and big up Alston. Yeah, we've always been a control possession based team. I agree. However, the profiles of player that we had back then to compared to this one, you can't play control possession based football because they're 2 different players, brother. David Silva. When you've got Cherky and Foden, they're not David Silva KDB. They're not. When you've got Doku, it's not the same as Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is a winger who was playing as a winger that likes to keep the ball. Doku doesn't. Doku is a player that, right, I'm going to dribble. First, dribble. Do you know what I mean? The profile, I know Pep that's Pep's tactics, but the players that we're signing now, yeah, i.e. the Gianni Reinders, Cherky, it doesn't suit this style of play. They don't suit the way Pep wants them to play. The Gianni Reinders is not Gundo. It's not. You know what I mean? He hasn't got that on him. The Gianni Reinders is a player that he likes to make the run, get me the ball. I'm running. Do you know what I mean? Box crashing, whatnot. Yeah. I agree when you say we've always been a control possession based team, but the players that we had in the past are completely different to the players that we had now.
Not only that, but the way teams play. I feel like control based football is still less effective nowadays as well because teams will just set up a 5-4-1 and they're a lot more comfortable with defending and with overloading and they're a lot better at pressing.
Look at the centre halves we had back in the day. Laporte was a ball playing centre half. John Stones is a centre half that was just playing everywhere.
Even Vincent Kompany was good on the ball.
Yeah, we don't have that. So if you're recruiting a different profile for a player than what you used to have, then you have to change your ways of playing.
Some of those games that we won, that 8-game win streak we keep alluding to, we were playing a bit more direct in those kind of games, and I think it suits a lot of the players.
Yeah, but we can play direct in those games because we are forced to play direct, should I even say, because Gonzalez is on the pitch. Gonzalez will set deeper. Rodri, he'll go everywhere on the pitch. Pep's general, he loves that. And I love when Rodri does that too, but he needs cover. And so Rodri will go everywhere, and that makes you more possession-based. So either you need to fix Rodri into a position, or you need to play with him. Go do that, but then you need to drop Silva. But then you need to drop Silva, and Pep is not doing that.
So it comes back around to what I've been saying. Bernardo Silva is going to hamper the balance of the team because according to Pep, he sleeps better at night. So when we want to get a certain balance, it cannot happen because Bernardo Silva is on the pitch, and people have been telling me that he has been brilliant these last few games. I don't know what they're saying. It is the same old Bernardo
I have
Silva.
an agenda when I bring it up, though. But
Yeah,
I'm
no, you
telling you,
can
if
have-
Bernardo Silva stays at this club next season, our rebuild is delayed another season because he's not helping us. He's blocking players who need to play, and he'll play every
You
game.
can
I
have,
guarantee
by
you,
the
under
way,
Pep Guardiola, if Bernardo Silva stays, he will play every game next season. Pep will never rotate him out. Because remember earlier, Mateus, you're going to love this. Remember earlier in the season, we heard that, Bernardo will rotate out when Rodri comes back. No, he won't. He will never rotate out under Pep Guardiola.
You
He
can
will never.
have that
So he
balance.
needs to leave if we're going to rebuild our club.
You can have that balance, by the way, with Bernardo Silva on the pitch, but then you need to put someone else next to Rodri. It's that you need to balance. You just need to balance.
But then it's unbalanced
And-
because if he's in the middle, he'll be
when
the
you had
creative guy.
O'Reilly
He's not
there,
creative.
no, when you had O'Reilly there and then Rodri and then Silva, works. Okay, now O'Reilly is gone. How do you fix the balance? Foden, now he doesn't do the same thing, and he doesn't do it as well. He does it nowhere near as well. So
Okay,
even
let's
say.
break this
Do
down.
you know
What's
what?
O'Reilly
Yeah,
bring?
do you know what? Yeah, even
O'Reilly is physical.
Right.
He's tall. He's a big body that can actually handle the physical midfield of today.
Yeah.
He's got legs and he's actually attacking. He's creative. So you
Yes.
lost your 10
Yes.
and you lost your height. You have one.
You
height, 'cause
lost your
what
height
has
and
worked
height.
is two tall midfielders. So you replace it with two. When you have two little ones in there, easily out-bullied. And you lost your creativity. Fine. You put Turkey in there, but then you lose the height. So you have to make the height up somewhere else. Instead, he's making it up with Bernardo Silva, who's not height, he's not pace. I know he runs a lot, but
Yeah, but you can
he's not
still
helping
balance that.
creatively. He's not helping creatively. he's
You
not
can
helping
still
defensively.
balance that, check out. You can still balance that. But now you have to drop Rodri and put in Gonzalez because Rodri will stay deep. Gonzalez will stay deep and Gonzalez will handle that. But
No,
Pep is
but
not
that's
doing
still
that
had
either,
issues.
and that's not.
Remember, Nico G was all by himself in that middle, and he was getting run ragged because nobody was helping him out defensively. Why is he winning all the duels? Because literally nobody else was.
Defense, yeah. I'm
Turkey
gonna.
and Bernardo
you know-
weren't in that setup.
you know-
we're not winning any
You know,
duels.
No, I'm
you
not
know
talking about
defense,
Jackie
yeah,
Bernardo.
on
I'm talking
Foden,
about.
yeah. Do you know Foden?
Foden,
Yeah?
Bernardo, whatever it was.
I
They
don't
don't.
even
They don't.
think-
They don't do anything defensively. He's not tackling and he's not winning duels. That's not helping.
See, Kel, I don't even think that the way we play this possession-based football, I don't even think suits Foden at all.
No, Foden liked the more direct play. Remember,
I think-
Foden
I
got
think-
all of his goals
I
earlier in
think
the
if
season
you
when we were
want to
playing
get
the
the
more
best out of
direct.
him, you
And
need to be a bit more direct,
yeah,
which
Foden
is
likes that.
less involvement on the ball and more right. Okay, I'm gonna like just make the runs in the box and you just put across. If you guys remember, yeah, that goal from assist from Cherky to Foden, it was quick football. Get the ball in the check across it, and Foden just make the run in the box and heads it.
The
I don't
manager
think-
doesn't want to play that way.
We
He
know that.
does
We all know
not like it. So whatever we are looking for from Foden, Cherky, whosoever else, we may get it in spurts, but as soon as things get serious or there's any panic, he is going to revert to the same thing. We should be blowing away Real Madrid at the Bernabeu because they have been rubbish. I've been watching them. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go there, play tippy-tappy, and God knows what happens we're hoping for another miracle, another Liverpool miracle. The manager, it's just simple. Summer, win, lose, or draw, we need a new voice in the dressing room. And for those doom mongers who are saying, oh, be careful what you wish for when Pep leaves, I'm going to ask a question. Could you name the clubs that Pep have left and they collapsed? They didn't win anything for years and they just totally went into oblivion. They just didn't win anything. I don't remember it happening with Barcelona. I can't recall it happening with Bayern Munich. So why is it that if he leaves, City is going to suddenly collapse? It doesn't make any sense. We are seeing the signs, ladies and gentlemen.
Bro,
And I prefer him to...
Barcelona and Bayern München both got better the immediate season Pep left.
There we go.
Barcelona had the best ever point season,
Uh-oh.
100 points, and Bayern München won the double right after Pep left. They both got better the moment Pep left.
And who are the managers? They weren't better than Pep. Who came in?
I don't even know who
Pep
came in.
second, Tito Villanova. Tito. It was his second in command.
William.
Tito Villanova. Can't pronounce his name. For Barcelona. And for Bayern Munich, who came in and won the double? Was it Ancelotti? I think it was
I don't know
Ancelotti.
who
So
came
where
in
these
for,
managers?
Bayern.
When did he leave?
I think
He
it's
left
Ancelotti.
Barcelona, what, 2014? Was it 2013?
20.
Wait,
No,
I'm looking
when
this up. I'm
he
gonna
left,
look up who their manager was.
no, when he left, yeah, they I think they only won the league, but I think they were quite crap in the Champions League up until for 2 years. Then Luis Enrique came.
Okay, that was still
But
Pep.
they won the league though. They were winning the league and winning cups. So
No, they were winning the
Tito, and then he got cancer, and then Enrique came in, and then but their league they still won trophies. So it's not a
No,
case where
I
these
think the
teams
first
went
year,
on a
Okay,
drought.
yeah. Bayern
So-
Munich had Ancelotti after Pep.
yeah, the
so-
first year
There
they
we
lost the
go.
league to
Yeah.
so he lost the league to
Mourinho,
Mourinho.
Mourinho,
Then
Then-
who's the guy in Atletico won?
Tito. No, I think Tito came and
I'll
won
look up
after that.
Barcelona, hang on.
No, Tito passed away mid-season.
Yeah, man, but mid-season, was it mid-season or was it mid-season of the following season? Because I know he
No, it was
won.
mid-season the following season. The third season after Pep left, Tito won. Went third with Barca. The
Mhm.
next season he passed away mid-season.
There you go. I know. Yeah, it was the next
Tito.
season that he passed away.
2013 was Tito, and they came.
There we go.
won La
So
Liga. They were semifinals in the Champions League.
I'm going to ask a question.
Cup, and they were
Is
semifinals.
Tito better than Pep? Is Tito better than Pep because he came in after Pep? So is he better than Pep? And we know that Ancelotti is not better than Pep. So this narrative that they're spreading, oh my God, if Pep leaves, it's all doom and gloom. I don't think we're going to get to see our players express themselves how they should once he's there. It's not a slight on Pep. Pep has done his thing. He has been there 10 years. He has been successful. But sometimes we need to know when to move on, both parties. Yeah? So even if Pep wins the EPL, win, leave on a high, leave it to the next man to do it. That is no longer your problem. You have done what you can. We have gotten in players that are good. We see that they can challenge. And if we utilize them properly, we can get something out of them. But to continue with Pep with this, I think we have gotten too sentimental since the treble. It's just a load of sentimentality. Oh my God, Diaz won so many things, so let us keep it. The game has moved on past Diaz.
So even
Here.
if we move, see this comment. Even if you move Foden into advanced position and play quick tempo, this does not just rely on Foden. The whole team, including the manager, needs to be on board of playing quick tempo because Erling Haaland is not a possession-based striker. Erling Haaland keep making run. No one finds him. No one's even attempt to play the ball a long ball or a ball over the top to Erling Haaland. So it doesn't matter whether Phil Foden just start making runs. If the players around him just playing sideways and backwards, it's the same.
I mean, Marmoush is doing that already. And
Marmoush was doing that, bro.
He's not going to get it. It is just not hard. Look at last season when we went to the Bernabeu. Pep played a double false nine according to the tacticals, right? He played Savio and Marmoush. Double false nine. All right, not too bad. You know what I saw? I saw Marmoush and Savio, they made run after run after run after run. And Gundogan and Bernardo Silva kept passing the ball sideways and backwards. I'm saying, how the hell are they not making these passes? Marmoush is making brilliant runs. Whether Savio would score or not is besides the point. Why play a double false nine if you're not going to play to those players' strengths? It makes no sense.
We can all sat here and accept, right? Okay, maybe X, Y, and Z are not good enough to play at the highest level. However, the way that we misprofile a lot of players, and we just bind them in the transfer window, and we're not playing at their best, right? It feels like, and I said that last season as well, right? We are asking this group of player to get the best out of his system rather than having a system to get the best out of these players.
But we have been saying that all along. It is obvious. We don't need to.
It's that way for 3 seasons now.
Right? Set moment this season, we were playing brilliant football, quick, pacey, counter-attack, and everyone was happy. Even Doku came out in the press conference, said, I like it when we play a lot of players inside, quick transition and whatnot. Sheikh said it. Do you know what I mean? Even Foden done an interview, said he likes the way we play. But now, right? Oh my God, we were playing that style of play. No. It's title race. Let's go back to control. Let's not give too much away to the opposition. Score the first goal, board ourselves to death, and hopefully we can nick a win like we done against Leeds. When you're playing at home, you have to kill opposition. If that was away from home, I would actually sit there and try to we scored the goal. We don't really want to overcommit in the final third. Right, okay, that's fine. Let's just control the tempo, control the opposition. But at home, in front of your own fans, you have to go and kill them. Do you know what I mean? Because when you go into knockout competitions, right, especially in the Champions League, when you play away from home, you kind of okay, let's just keep it tight. Let's be very organized. But at home, right, we need to score goals because we need to win.
Also, I have a comment to make also about how, yes, let's start playing this more direct style, but maybe the counter to that is, well, if we have less possession, we'll give up more chances. But I think now is the time to lead into that, because what do we have that we didn't have for 8 years? Is if we're facing more shots, guess what? We got an elite shot stopper. So if you face more chances,
yeah,
he's probably going to clean most of them up. I mean, we'll concede some goals, but if we can just go back and score immediately, then what's the harm? Like, why are we not leading into the fact that we have Donnarumma? And I don't get why people are freaking out about the center backs and stuff. I'm like, we have something we didn't have before is somebody who can actually stop shots. So, if the midfield loses the ball, then the defense can take care of it. And if the defense can't take care of it, guess what? You have Donnarumma, who's an elite shot stopper. He can also save penalties. Like, that's something we just haven't seen before. So why not go for it? Why not play a system that actually suits these players, was winning us games? And if the reason we can't do that is, we'll concede more chances. It's like, well, guess what? We have a player perfect for that. Like, we have all the tools to be playing a way that suits the players. And we can clean up messes if we need to. And it's just so frustrating that we just keep going back to what we're seeing. It doesn't work because the players you brought in can't do it. They're not, like, that doesn't suit any of them. And the players who can do it, they're getting older and their skill set's just not there anymore. So they are losing the ball more. And when they lose the ball, we get picked off for counterattacks. And yeah. Donnarumma has saved some of them, but he can't save all of them.
And I don't buy the idea, teams that are putting 10 minutes behind the ball. Yeah, they do that in certain moments of the game. But there was 4 or 5 moments in there where we had the chance to hit them in a counter and we recycled the ball backwards.
They're putting 10 men behind a ball because we take 10 years to get to their side of the pitch.
Because we're trying to reset.
And we have fast players who can beat their defenders too. Like
Erling Haaland, I believe Erling Haaland is the fastest player in the Premier League. Last season, I believe he was fast in the Premier League. So we're talking here about they put 10 men behind the ball. Aren't they an out half when they're attacking us? Haaland is the fastest. Haaland is the fastest player on that pitch. Maybe who's not as fast.
All fan base. Excuses from our fan base.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Excuses, because it's obvious if they're attacking us, it means there is space. What does Haaland thrive on? Space. But that's what we were doing up to December 31st. Teams attack us. Boom, bam, boom. We're in their half. Goal. We're celebrating. The third goal kills the game. Takes their mind off it. It's finished. A third goal yesterday kills that game. We move on to other things. But we have this thing now, this mid-table, lower-table mentality. Let us nick it. Score one, nick it. Let us hope I get through, nick it. This nick it mentality is not going to get us any trophies, because guess what? When you keep relying on hope, at some point in time, it is going to catch up with you when you least want it to. Yesterday was not the time. Yeah? The 4 games in the new year was not there. It has been coming, but guess what? Everybody has been saying, it's a title. The excuse is, it's a title winning performance. You can't play well every time. But hello, We haven't been playing well for quite some time,
Look,
especially
I'm
second
gonna say,
half.
well,
So
let me just say one thing.
what are
Yeah?
you talking about?
As soon as that ball got kicked yesterday, I said we're not going to win this game.
Were you? I think. Did you go yesterday?
Yeah, because I saw it how slow we were playing, and I was like, we're not going to win this game.
Yeah.
And then when we was 2-1, yeah, believe it or not, I messaged Etley. I said, watch, Forrest is going to score. And even at 2-2, I said it, yeah, they're gonna score the third. We considered a corner. That corner, oh my day. No one was watching the player. Free header. Everyone during that corner from Forest, they nearly scored.
Which corner?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
No, do you know when Dia was trying to battle and then he considered the corner? And
The corner at the end of the game.
At the end of the game, they just head out wide from Forest. Yeah.
Okay.
And I said it, yeah. Everyone was napping in our box. They didn't watch the runner, and I'm like, do this player really think they want to win the title? Because at this right moment in time, it doesn't look like.
Well, I don't know. Is it the players or is it the manager? Because remember, the players are doing what they're told to do.
It has to be the manager.
There's nobody brave enough to just be like, fuck it, I'm going to be him and just, I'm going to win this game on quality by myself. Because they know if they do that, they'll get benched.
It's the manager. It has always been, from the history of football.
This is a really good question from Luke. Does Pep want the title?
No, he better.
If he's this conservative, I don't know if he does.
He better do, because at this right moment in time, right? It's not fair. If he doesn't bring in any trophies after the money that we spend, and we're seeing the same problems as what we've been seeing throughout the whole 18 months, we can't sat here and say, well, let's just bring in more players and see where we are, because at the same time, there's no guarantee that whoever we buy right now is going to be playing them, because we can't sat here. We go into the next summer, we buy 3-4 players, yeah, and then sit here 6 months after, oh, well, Pep doesn't trust them.
Yeah. Also, some players just need more time. Like most players don't come in and just suit the system right away, or they just struggle for a year. Like maybe Tajani Rangers will be better next season after he's had some experience under his belt. But the problem is, if we go out and buy some midfielders and we keep the ones who are playing all the minutes right now, the new players. So we're gonna we'll be playing players who are not good enough anymore over new players who need to lose the system. I feel like we're gonna struggle either way, and I'd rather struggle with new players because I think the new players are gonna get better.
Yeah,
and I think the old ones are not gonna get better.
Well, at the end of the day, Kelster, when we went to January 2025, when we bought 4 players, Mamouche, Reyes, Kusanov, Nico Gonzalez, right? In the second half of the season, we were told, oh, these players are for the future. So maybe not this season. Let's just get top 4. Next season, we will start playing these players. Right? We only using these players when we've got some injuries. Right? We only use Nico Gonzalez because Roger wasn't available. We only use Kusanov because Diaz was not available.
The players are for the future, but the manager is from the past.
Oh.
Yeah. We can't sat there, right? We cannot sat there going to whole summer again, buy more players, and say,
and play the same old players who are declining every year by year. They're getting worse. Right, they're not going to get better.
And then, right, it's not even that. And then start selling the one that we've just bought because the manager don't trust them. Then fast forward 6 months after, oh well, I know we bought this player in the summer, but Pep doesn't really fancy them. Are we going through the same cycle again?
Pep XP, get him out of the club. You can't keep spending $500 million every summer because all of a sudden the player is rubbish. The player is not rubbish. We're just trying to get the player to do something that they're not good at. We got away with Nunez and we still need a right back, by the way, right? And people are complaining about Nunez, the match just gone. You know what I'm saying? He's not a right back. So anything happens.
He's the problem at all. I still think you need another right back, or you need another fullback who's versatile and can play both positions, like just as a backup.
We need an actual
remember when Nunez was out of the team, we would look like absolute dog shit. Remember, we lost to United. We got embarrassed. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's because Nunez isn't playing." Now we've dropped points and like, "Oh God, the whole system depends on Nico O'Reilly." It's like,
Yeah.
Why is this system dependent on one or two players? And then if you don't have them, you don't have anything. You don't have a backup plan. You don't have a like for like. Like I
Right.
don't. You
How
need
is it
something.
possible? Yeah. How is it possible that after 500 million spent in 3 transfer window, and our system depends on the academy player?
It
Maybe
depends on
the
someone
question
else, but
should
you're not
be
ready for that. The system's
Anyway, let's
built
just
around
move
the
it on.
captain. It's not built
Right.
around Nico O'Reilly.
We've got FA Cup coming up, yeah, and we need to talk about the FA Cup as well. Right.
Rodney's going to play and Bernardo is going to play. They're going to be spammed from now until May. Nobody else is getting. Worse, it's a knockout.
That's the problem.
Nobody else is seeing that pitch. So
Yeah.
forget about Nico G and friends.
Or do
Unless
you go
we're
strong?
comfortable,
Right? That's the thing.
Friends.
Do you go
He-
strong? Because 3
he
days
has no
after
option.
Real Madrid.
He has no option because we have put the pressure on ourselves. We are not looking good in the EPL. The performances are trashy. Every second half is a roll of the dice. The first halves are scarcely just shy of useless, but we pop up with a goal or two here and there. We're going to have the same problem going right through. He has to go full strength. There is no choice because here's what you lose to. Let us say you drop, you rotate and you lose to Newcastle, so you're out of the FA Cup. You go and do madness against Real Madrid. Now you're out of the UCL, or you put yourself in a position where you have to be guns blazing, and maybe that's the way that we need to go. But you put yourself in a position, we don't win at Real Madrid or get a draw at least. They come to the FA with a lead. Let us say they go through, so that's out of the UCL. Heaven forbid we go and do rubbish against Arsenal and lose the Carabao Cup. And now we're shaky in the EPL. That is just loads of pressure on the team, and not only the team. Well, then again, the team, because there's no pressure on Pep because Pep is not the issue as far as our fans are concerned. It is the players because all of them are not world class because our manager needs 20 plus world class players to get past Nottingham Forest.
He's
And if
gotta
the
start
rules were
coaching some of
reversed,
these players too to get better. I don't see a lot of that going on.
Pep's
Also, here's
time
a
is
question:
finished.
Who's Pep out on the panel? We know Profit is.
No, it is
Are
simple.
you
If he does
Mateus?
not come up, if he does not come up with the goods in May, at the very minimum, the EPL, it is time for him to move on. Because if he cannot win the EPL this season against this Arsenal team, when is he going to win the EPL again? The writing is on the wall. No, it is put up or shut up time. There is no Mickey Mousing. Oh, it's just one bad season, or the excuses are going to evaporate, and they're going to evaporate in the twinkling of an eye because reality is in front of the person now. We keep doing the same thing the same way and we're getting the same result. Excuses are over. $500 million plus spent. What are you going to do? Because we really only need what? Maybe 3 positions. Summer. Another midfielder if Kovacic goes. A right back. And who else? If Trafford goes, maybe another keeper. But we're not going to spend and buy 5 or 6 players. Because we have Race to come back. I would bring back Echeverry. Yeah. Move on Bernardo and Kovacic and bring back Echeverry. O'Reilly's there. Anderson's there. If Roger wants to leave, we're moving
There are
on as
some
well.
rumors on Twitter going around that we are offering. Again, these are probably KFAs saying, but there are rumors on Twitter saying that we're going to offer Bernardo a new contract.
All right, so next season is dead before it even starts. So
Well,
that would be 3 years in a row without.
Has agreed the deal, hasn't he?
Who?
Foden.
Foden,
I
why would
haven't
you give him
received
a
any
new deal?
confirmation yet. I haven't heard any confirmation, so
I heard. I thought it was all
until
agreed.
I'm at the point now where until the club confirm it, I'm just gonna wait. I'm waiting for club confirmation. The club has not confirmed that Foden has a new contract, so as of right now, no, he does not.
For me, I think it just comes down in next season. I think it's just time for a change. I just feel like
about Foden.
No, about Pep.
About
Foden
Pep.
can go. I just feel like these group of players that we have just need a new voice and new instructions.
Yeah,
I feel like
I think this is true. This is true, Luke. People are scared to change. I looked it up. Both times that Pep left the team, when he left Barcelona, they won the league the next year. And when he left
it's not that.
Bayern Munich, they won the league the next season. I mean, granted, that's a Bundesliga, but
I think,
but they won the double the season before they didn't.
I
well,
think
Pep didn't win the. Pep didn't win the. He never won the UCL with Bayern Munich. Despite having Robin
So he did not.
and prime Thomas Muller and Schweinsteiger, I think, was still there. Like he had
But
Robin and Ribery.
Was
Like, he had,
Hansi
like,
Flick
fucking
one of
superstars.
six
He still
people
didn't win it, yeah.
with the same team? No,
well, Andy.
Flick won the 6-2 with the same team.
Apparently, if you don't give Foden a new deal, he will go to Barcelona, Real Madrid. Bear in mind, that Barcelona has 10 Phil Fodens in their academy, and Real Madrid.
They have La Masia.
Let's face it. If you think that we're giving too much stick on Foden, wait until he gets to Real Madrid and start playing like that.
Look how they're treating Jude Bellingham and Trent. They're trying
Look
to
how
run.
they
They're trying to
treated
run
Gareth
Trent out of town.
Bale.
He hasn't even been there.
Forget about Bellingham. Ronaldo is their best player in their entire.
They ran
history.
him out of town.
Do you know what I mean? Do you think that if he doesn't start performing, they would get about his kids or his personal problem? You'll start booing him off the pitch.
Jadar, I'm waiting till the end of the season to make my decision.
Bro, you don't need to wait till the end of the season. Even if he wins the title, he has to go. Even if he wins the title, he has to go. We're talking about a rebuild, and we're doing everything but evolving.
About rebuilding, yeah. Again, I'm just gonna wait till the end of the season. That's just
the first step to a rebuild is new ideas. Now, people say, "Oh, but Fergie rebuilt." Yeah, but when Fergie rebuilt, he stopped being the main coach. Fergie hired a new main coach, and I think it was 2001, 2002. He had a new guy to be his head coach. Fergie was no longer doing the tactics. Before that, he was. After that, he wasn't. Is Pep Leenders doing the tactics? No, it's not. Pep is doing the tactics. Pep does not want to step away from that.
Do you think Pep Linders was influencing that run we keep referencing where we won 8 straight back in
Probably. We looked brilliant in that run, and that is how Liverpool
are the
with Klopp
tactics
play.
or Pep Linders tactics?
Linders probably, because that's a lot more familiar to how we played with how Klopp's Liverpool played. It's a lot closer to that. But the reason why we played the way Leenders wants to play is because Rodri was injured, Gonzalez was there. Gonzalez is going to sit deep, and you're going to push the rest up, and just make sure you can get someone who sits next to Gonzalez whenever you're defending. That's all you need to do. So, okay, you can play the way Leenders likes to play. Because right now, Pep doesn't have his players who he wants to play this way with. But then his players come back, and it's like, Leenders, get to the bench. And have you noticed, Leenders has been talking a lot less. Leenders used to be in conversation with Pep each game. Because Pep would be like, what do we do? It is a short system I'm playing, what do we do? Now, Rodri comes back, and I think Rodri's been brilliant. I don't think it's his fault. Rodri's been back. Silva's been playing every game. Foden played last game. And it's right back, Diaz also back, to this Pep Guardiola style of football. Pep needs to learn to step aside from the tactics. It's not a rebuild if the tactics are the same.
Yeah, it's also not a rebuild if your new players aren't playing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can somebody explain to me?
Luke is absolutely killing it in the chat. He says that, like, a lot of people say is if we don't have Pep, we can't attract players, but we did. David Silva came.
That doesn't make any sense.
The company came before Pep. Aguero came before Pep. Like,
it is an excuse by the cult members of Pep, the Pep Guardiola cult members. So hold on, was Pep here when we signed De Bruyne, signed Sterling, Silva, Toure, Company, Zabaleta?
Pep Guardiola was here. No. Pep Guardiola was here when we failed to sign words. We wanted words. He said, "Now I'm going Liverpool." Pep was here when we wanted to go.
One thing, yeah.
Now I'm going Madrid.
Right, I'll tell you. Right, 90% of these players, they don't care who the manager is. They care about the contract, how much that you're gonna pay them. It's simple as that. Right?
Simple like that.
Do you honestly believe, that bloody fucking I Arsenal going to these players that they're getting paid in German like 24k and putting them on 150k. Do you honestly believe that they're coming in for a setter? They come for a paycheck. What's this narrative that coming from? Oh, if Pep go, he's not attracting players. What the?
Because it is Pep FC.
Right, Marmoush wasn't 64k at Frankfurt. We put him on 295.
And
Do you
bench
think
him.
guess what the manager is? He's coming there for the bag.
Nonsense from the fan base.
And you know what? I hate to say it. When players come for the bag, that's what our neighbors in Salford.
Accepted
That's
10
how they
years
attract
contract
players.
on £500,000.
I don't want to do what
a
United
week.
have done because they've been shit for 10 years.
Do you think Haaland was sat there and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go if Pep, I'm not gonna sign the contract if Pep goes in 2 years"? Brother, it's £500,000 a week.
He knows that he'll get that money. Like he's the one player. Like someone will pay the fee and they'll pay him the wage. Real Madrid ain't gonna complain if they have to pay him $500,000. Or Barcelona once they get their Spotify money.
If you offer them a contract, they can't refuse. They sign him for you. They don't give a fuck who the manager is.
Do we agree with this?
No,
I
do not agree.
No. I don't think there's some games this season we actually played well.
We played well yesterday in moments. Like the first half, we were good, but again, the second half was garbage. It's the same problem over and over again. We play well in the first half of games, don't put the game away, struggle in the second half, and we drop points.
The story is simple. Teams don't attack us in the first half. They sit back trying to keep it tight. And then the second half, because we have a problem, they know that as soon as they start to run at us, we're going to hoof it back to them.
They know that our midfield runs out of gas in the 60th minute, in the 65th minute. That they know in the second half of games that our players get tired because they're not rotated enough, and they wait until they get tired to pounce because we don't rotate the team properly enough, and I think that there are certain players in that midfield that just gas out at a certain amount of time in the game, and that's when teams start attacking us, and
But that's fine.
It's been hit or miss, but we have struggled and we have dropped a lot of points in the second half of games. Remember, Chelsea made a substitute in the second half of the game at the Etihad. They brought Santos on, and he overran our midfield. He overran them. Yeah, Mateus is going to go. I'm going to wrap up the stream soon. We'll just finish making these points. But again, we just keep having some of the same issues.
A team does not need to do anything tactically special in the second half. All they have to do, I saw it with Brighton last season. All they had to do, put some runners on the pitch, start pressing us, and then what do? Nobody has the balls to make any line-breaking passes. Everybody starts to panic. Oh, I don't want to lose the ball. Hot potato, you take it. Goes back to Donnarumma. Hoof up the field. He's not passing it to Haaland. He's hoofing it up the field. So there we go.
Luke, you're going on BBC Radio Manchester? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Yeah, I think Alfie's got a stream in like an hour or so. I might join that. I'm not sure yet. I gotta go out and do some exercise.
I'll send you the link. You can join if you want.
I'll join sometime halfway through it. I don't want to derail it too much.
That's
I'll probably just repeat everything I said here, but
no. I've got topics.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this stream up real quick because we got we'll let Alf get ready for his stream. But it's just frustrating yesterday. I just think we're better than that. It's frustrating because, we wanted to rebuild. We're not really getting it. We're getting the same old. And there's a lot of discussion to be had. And I think it just hurts a lot because we can see how bad Arsenal are, and they keep winning games, and we keep having issues in games, and so it feels like the title's gone, even though it technically isn't. It was a 7-point gap at the moment, but we play them and we have a game again, so it's not as bad as it looks. But it feels deflating.
The thing I'll say though about is the title gone? Listen, Man United were 8 points clear in 2012 with 5 or 4 games left to go. We won the title. Is that likely to happen? No. If Arsenal come to the Etihad 5 points up, they're going to sit deep, they're going to play for the draw, and they'll get their draw. When Arsenal want a draw, Arsenal get a draw. It's that simple sometimes. So, unless you have a boss-like free kick. But we're not scoring that, let's be honest. So Arsenal is going to come to the Etihad. We need to be close enough to Arsenal to make them want to open up. And I think we need to be ahead of Arsenal, quite frankly, for that to happen. If we go with Arsenal, and let's say we're at 1 point behind, are they going to be thinking, let's open up? Now, they're going to think, we win our last 5 games, checked out fixtures, said easy. They're going to think, we win our last 5 games. We defend the fuck out of this game. 0-0. Stinky result, but go on. 5 games to win, and you got the league title. And that is already assuming that we're just 1 point behind Arsenal. Yeah. We need to just get 1 point behind Arsenal before we can even be threatening.
And we can't seem to do that. We keep tripping over ourselves trying to get closer to them. Like, this was a chance. This was a chance. On paper, we should have won this game.
But when people say Arsenal will trip up
at home too, that's what's frustrating. It's at home.
When people say Arsenal will trip up, they'll drop points. But will they drop enough points, and will we win our last 8?
Yeah, we have to win the rest of our games right now, and this team doesn't look like they're going to. We have to win the game, and we have to beat them, and we have to hope somebody else beats them. And I don't know. There is a potential that I think it would help us if we exited the Champions League early. I do see us beating Real Madrid, but if we have to face Bayern Munich the round after that, I don't think we beat them.
We can't afford to think like that.
They'll still be playing. They're going to be playing. They're likely, they could be playing Bodo Glimt, who we saw are no pushovers. I know people love to slag them off, but I think the style that Bodo Glimt plays is the style that Arsenal does not like to play against and struggle against. So they could be in for a tight battle in that round, And I would predict us to go out to Bayern Munich. I'm not trying to be negative. I just think they're way better than us, and that's basically all there is to it. I don't know if that helps us. We'll see how we do in the FA Cup, because it's looking like a tough game now. And if we play tired players in that game, we're not going to win. If you play fresh young players, we'll probably win. We'll have a much better chance. Oh no, actually, we're going to have a great chance to win. Remember, because Trafford's going to play. Remember, he's the Donnarumma causes all of our problems. Remember.
We are in trouble.
Nobody wants to do that joke anymore, but just try to win that FA Cup game, and let's just we'll do what we can in the Champions League. I do think we'll beat Real Madrid, but I'm not sure about Bayern Munich. And it's very deflating to lose that game, or to draw the game. I misspoke there. Drawing that game feels like a loss, because we are the team that is experienced, and we know how critical those draws are in title races. So that's why it just feels so deflating. But it's not over yet. It doesn't look very likely, but we still have some hope. All we can do is win our games.
We are going to be poisoned with hope this season. Arteta and company are going to poison this club with hope, because they are going to slip up. But guess what? We have West Ham on the horizon, who is fighting for their lives, their Premier League lives. Forest was fighting for their Premier League lives yesterday, and what did we do? We accommodated them. Yeah? We accommodated them. So are we going to go away to West Ham? West Ham has gotten very, very difficult over these last few weeks, because they have made
better. They're usually they've been playing a lot better.
They have gone and got players in January to try and get themselves out of trouble. So nobody thinks that we're going to go to West Ham and steamroll them, because they have something to play for. Chelsea has UCL to play for. They're playing for top 4. As we see, Brentford is no pushover, home or away.
You know what's interesting, though, about Chelsea is I think they've looked worse at home. Like, they dropped points at Burnley at home recently. Like, they bottled that game.
They look good.
They've looked much worse at home.
They looked good against us. They don't look worse at home. They looked good against us. That's the difference. And Aston Villa is also in board form. They lost to Wolves.
Yeah, Villa they're on a free fall right. Villa, that Premier League game somehow might not. Villa might be way out of the Champions League spots by then. They might just go all for the Europa League to try to get to try to get Champions League footballs to try to win the Europa League. They may just slag off the Premier League. and say, look, we got it. We got to win. We got to win Europa League. That's a risky strategy, but they might just have to do that because, yeah, you said they lost the Wolves. They just got spanked at home to Chelsea yesterday. So, and we played them at the last game of the season. So, and we do have a little bit of experience of the last day of the season against Aston Villa. We have a little history there, so we'll see. But we have to get there first. We have to get there first. You know, we're frustrated from yesterday. We had our rant. We had our rant on the rebuild and certain players and the manager and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, we can still try to make something out of this. We'll do our best in the cups. I think winning that Carabao Cup would be fantastic. I've been saying that all season. I'd love to win the Carabao Cup. Let's see what we can do in the FA Cup. It's a tough game on Saturday, but I'm hoping to get some fresh faces in there, and maybe I think some of these fresh faces who are not worn out might give it their all.
You know? There's no fresh face on Saturday.
Nico G. You know James Trafford's gonna.
He's not gonna play. Trafford's gonna play.
He's gonna play to his best ability because James Trafford now is trying to get a better move. So he knows if he performs in these cup games, which is every time he's showcasing himself, he's gonna give it all because he's trying to leave the club because he doesn't want to sit on the bench. So he's gonna play his heart out, and I've heard rumors we build up better from the back with him, and that's the reason why we're in the problem with the league this season is because we can't build out from the back. So Trafford, go build out from the back on Saturday, win us the game. Play Nico G, get some fresh legs in there. Tijani Reinders, all these kind of stuff. Like there's still a lot to play for, but yesterday it definitely felt deflating. We'll just say that. But anyways, we'll wrap it up here, you guys. I'll give you guys the floor for some final thoughts.
Listen, how I see it is we need to press the button for DEFCON 5. The sideways, the backwards, forget about it. Right now, the season hangs in the balance in March, going to May. It is eggs or young ones. It is kill or be killed. No more tippy-tappy. No more defending 1-0 in the 34th minute. We need to win the game. One way or the other, by hook or by crook. This is where we are now. And any further slip-ups could see everything going to ruin. So I am hoping, that word hope again, that Pep looks in the mirror, just like with Ford Row, where he neglected to play Kovacic with Rodri and kept playing Alvarez. And then by some miracle, it dawned on him that, you know what, Kovacic and Rodri is a good idea. And we went on and we walked the rest of the matches, even caught up Arsenal's goal difference. So I'm hoping that somewhere along the line, common sense prevails and we put the players where they should be and we play to the strength of the players. If we do that and we don't win, no problem. It happens. But we can't continue along this path of we keep going against the tide, swimming against the tide, doing everything against common sense, and persons, the top blues and friends are expecting us to be cheerleaders and come and tell lies instead of calling a spade a spade. So hope springeth eternal. So hopefully it dawns on Lord and Savior Pep to put things right and let us march forward.
Yeah. I've said everything I can say. I think about Pep Guardiola. I mean, go to my YouTube channel. It gets a bit tragic. Listen, when you need a rebuild, the first thing you do is you change the tactics. Pep Guardiola doesn't want to change the tactics. There is no rebuild if you don't change the tactics in a significant way. We need to just move forward. Even if we win the league title, we need to move forward. And moving forward, that either means Pep Guardiola stops doing all the tactics himself, or it means he leaves entirely. Whatever the case, we need to move forwards. Forwards, not backwards. The more backwards you go, the longer this fan base continues saying at war, the longer you have these fights, the longer people talk about gratitude versus winning trophies, and yada yada. Once these guys leave you, once Pep leaves, the nostalgia kicks in, and it's like, oh, I miss Pep. But that's fine, because we need to go and win titles after that.
I'm already hearing nostalgia for like, oh man, remember when Foden was scoring goals, or remember when we won the treble? I'm already hearing that.
Yeah, but that will just happen. That's natural in football. Just let them go, because right now this is no good. This is no good for us, for them. These old players, Bernardo Silva mainly. John Stones, his contract is ending. Luckily, I think at least. Just let them go. There's no reason to hang on to these players. We have the best squad in the league. That is my opinion. Liverpool should be there, but they're nowhere near. We have had the best squad in the league, bar maybe Liverpool. Since the start of the season, Liverpool fell off. We should be competing for the league title, not sitting 7 points behind. We have a game in hand. Okay, go win the game in hand. We still play Arsenal at home. Okay, go win that game, but will we? The thing is, yeah, we have just not been as good as we could have been. We could have been cleared. We are not. We could have been top of the league. We could have taken advantage of when Arsenal dropped points. We have not. And that's where the real problem lies, because no matter how much Arsenal put us back in, we will slip up again. Arsenal will draw a game, lose a game, will be close for 2-3 weeks, then we will drop a point. Then we'll lose a game or draw a game. So it doesn't matter, because every time Arsenal drop points, a few weeks later, so do we. So it's not catching up. It's just, we just get a little bit closer and then we get a bit farther. It's like in a race.
It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
That's what it is. No, it's 2 steps forward, it's 2 steps back. You're at the same place where you started, but people think you got somewhere, and you didn't. And that is just not going to be that's just not going to be how we should be moving as a club, as a team. I'm bored of watching this type of repetitive football where the players are there, but they're being shafted for favorites. That just tells me that you care more about your style of football than you care about winning. This is a game we could have won. We should have won, even. And we didn't. Where you have substitutions on the bench. I'll see managers, Lebris. None of you knew who Lebris was before the season started. I didn't know who Lebris was before the season started. And he has adapted better to the 5 substitution rule than Pep ever has. He still does not know how to use substitutions with that 5 substitution rule, which has been here for 4 years now. It will be 5 years next season, and next season he still won't do it properly. He won't. He doesn't listen to counsel. He only plays in a different way when injuries are there. Even when that way works, the moment his players are back, it's back to formula. That's frustrating, because you know what you can do, and you know you're not doing it, and you know why you're not doing it. That's the biggest frustration of all. But I can't keep complaining about it. Sometimes it's played, sometimes it's this. I can't keep complaining about it, because we can sit here for hours. We can sit here for an entire day, and we still won't be done with talking about all this. Yeah. So all I'll say, is go win something. We can't end another season scoutless.
Yeah. All right. We'll wrap it up on that note, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Alfie's doing a show in about an hour?
8 p.m. UK time, I'm doing a show with Luke. So, go check that out. Yeah,
I might be crashing part of it. We'll see.
So might Matthijs. I'll also send him the link. I'll see if he comes on or not. So that's going to be me, Luke, and whoever decides to crash the show with us. I also do play ratings, previews, watch-alongs to all Man City games. I'll do shows with Couchster and Luke every week. Almost every week. Sometimes scheduling gets in the way. But that's what I do on my channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Big up Alfie. Big up Prophet and Mateus for being on the stream. Steve and I will be back tomorrow for yet another Manchester City and Newcastle preview stream, our 5th of the season. If you're tired of talking about Newcastle, guess what? We've got one more. We got more games with them. So you look forward to that one tomorrow, and then on Saturday we're doing the watch along for the game, and we'll just kind of go with the flow. We are City till we die, obviously, but we have our frustrations, and that's why we vent them out on the stream. But we are City till we die, and let's up the Blues, all that good stuff. Everyone have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
I'm taking a break. You are not going to see me here for a long time, but I will be around.